one-on-one. Generally, one-on-one physical meeting. That physical meeting is not possible in this situation. So we have to talk one-on-one. I know you're sitting the way I told, it's only assumption because I cannot see some of you. Some of you chosen not to have the video that way. So this instruction, you have to see the students. In every attempt we do, any work we take up, we want success. Same is the case in meditation. We want success. Now, success in meditation depends on certain factors. The first and foremost is the vision. The thought, the mind is entertaining. And understand very clearly the nature of the work, the project, and the goal. What is my project? What is my goal? What I want to achieve? That should be very, very thorough in the mind before sitting for meditation. Second thing, the way to reach my goal. The plan of action. Understand the plan of action. The vision. To achieve the vision, what action you take, that should be clear to the mind. Third is the preparation that is required. What should I ready with? Both internal and external. Both the preparation needed. Physical preparation, the room, the surroundings, the area we sit, deity is there, lamp is there, may or may not be there, lamp. Different people choose different areas to meditate. That is external. And then internal. Internal preparation. What is the internal preparation? Nothing should bother my mind. And this is third. What is the fourth one? Implementation. Let me start working. Implementation is the last stage in meditation. Four things: vision, plan of action, preparation, and implementation. Once the momentum is achieved, then it can be sustained. It will go by itself. It's like a vehicle slowly going up a hill. At the top of the hill, it stops. And all the four things I told you, vision, plan of action, preparation, implementation, is ready, then the vehicle goes down the hill. And down the hill, no effort needed. It will go by itself. All these are necessary in the beginning, and then it automatically happens. Why it happens automatically? Because He is there. Full, thorough faith in Him. He is there to guide me, to take me to that my vision, and success is definitely. You don't have to worry or bother what will happen, what will happen. It will happen. Effortlessly, freedom, because it is your true nature. I am trying to find solace in me, irrespective of outside situations. And this, once you reach abiding in this, is what is meditation. Up to this time is called contemplation. Once you pass the stage of contemplation, things are free, things are effortless. Sit quiet for some time. Take one long deep breath. Inhale, hold, exhale slowly. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Slowly open your eyes. Wipe. Keep your hand on your face. Both rub the palm both together. Keep it on the eyes. And visualize the Rupa of God. And smile. Open. Thank you. This was on part. We will continue with Gita where we left off. We did verse 19 last class, and we have Rajanji to summarize the verses. I think 18 and 19 we did. So I will request Rajanji to unmute. And please, Rajanji is a long time member and is very thorough with the Vedantic vision, especially Paramahamsa's quotes or Vivekananda's quotes he brings in, which is very valuable. Thank you, Rajanji. Hari Om.
Hari Om. Gita Shloka 219.
Can you hear?
Yeah. Here is a murder mystery.
Can you hear?
Can you all hear me, please?
Yes.
Okay. Here's a murder mystery. A killed B. A said, I killed him. And B said, I was killed. Guess what? Both are ignorant. Atman is not doing anything. It's the body which does things, and we wrongly associate ourselves with the body. The Atman body relationship is just like the relationship between ocean and the waves.
Yes.
The wave rises, plays around, and drops away. In the meantime, ocean itself is not bothered about the waves. Let's look at what the body is up to. In worldly life, body is working through all the sense organs to get maximum pleasure, but we are never satisfied. Dukkha, grief cannot be eliminated. Then there is ego. The Google definition is ego is bad. This ego is related to I want that award, appreciation, I want that applause, etc. We kind of know this ego can be sufficiently tamed. There is another definition of ego. I'm at home alone, I'm thirsty, I have a headache. That I is the other definition of the ego. The challenge for our spiritual quest is to tame this ego. I am the doer feeling should be eliminated. There are 6 defects, and we covered 3 of them in the last class. The first one is association with pain. Along with worldly sukha, pleasure, comes dukkha, grief. Example, I have a lot of money, then I start to worry about how to maintain, preserve, and even how to spend. Second one, association with temporariness. Viveka is the discrimination between what is permanent and what is temporary. Atman or Brahman is there forever. Body is here for a few days and before it drops off. Likewise, worldly pleasure and pain are also temporary. This too shall pass is a famous saying. Third one is cause dependency. We are dependent on other worldly objects, while the wise person says everything worldly is temporary. Hari Om.
Hari Om Rajansi, thank you very much. Very well summarized. In short, he told the nutshell what we explained in the last class. So I don't have to go through. This is the one benefit. Everybody should volunteer, come forward and say, I will do it next. I will do it next. That way, you yourself get prepared. You yourself understand. When you speak yourself, you understand, like Rajanji was telling, that the 6 out of 6 defects, he said 3, which was explained last class. So, you remember one of the test question is, what are the 6 defects? It's definitely coming for exam. Don't think there is an exam. Huh? I'm just scaring you. AP, association with pain. AT, association with the temporariness. Cause dependency. These 3 were explained last class. The next one is draining of indriyas. Draining of indriyas. Indriya is getting drained because every bhoga you do, you get involved in the sense organ that the more we enjoy, bhoge rogabhayam. There is a saying in Sanskrit, but having fun, but the sense organ become weaker and weaker. We eat food, the scriptures say, food consuming us. Stomach has to work with each food you eat, the stomach has to work to process the food, the energy needed. So those who watch a lot of TV movies, their eyes you can see, some early cataract or something, we don't know, because gradually becomes weaker. More and more sugar you eat, diabetic. We know that. A lot of fatty food, cholesterol, all these things are there. As you get older, the less you should eat. There is a saying, you should eat food like a medicine. Otherwise, you will have to eat medicine like a food. A good saying, I like that. You eat food like a medicine. If not, you will have to eat medicine like food. Some people, morning, afternoon, there is a pill box also there. So anyway, stomach will not digest. That is draining of indriyas. 4th one. 5th one, dissatisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed dissatisfaction. How? Atriptikaratvam. All products as a fine print in the bottom, which normally we don't read. Why they give it small letters? That is the reason they don't want you to read, because this it is written satisfaction guaranteed, but no, it is dissatisfaction guaranteed. Nothing will give you permanent joy. How do we know? You take any enjoyment. Enjoy. What? You say enough. 1 laddu, 2 laddu, 3 laddu. It's not the same. 6th and 7th and 8th. It's not the same. It's no, it's enough. No, you take. You wanted a sweet. No, it's okay. We ourselves say. The contentment doesn't come. We keep on eating. That's a problem. No matter what you have. Anything in the world you take is too much. You don't want. You love sweets. You tell them. You open a sweet shop, but then you will be interested in profit. So morning sweet, afternoon sweet, evening sweet. How much you can eat? There is a limit. So we have to say enough is enough. Anything, whether it is wealth or people or association or friendship or anything. You say, suppose you didn't see a friend after a long time. What do you do? I mean, non-corona time. Not corona time, non-corona time. See what happens. Oh, he's coming. You met him at the airport and finally you hug. Oh, he's very happy. You hug him. Hug for what? Both are holding hug. How long? Hug, not leaving. What is this? There has to be, finally you have to give it up. Anything, any enjoyment, it is joy to meet him, but then you have to let go. That has to come to an end. He has to go his own business. We have to go our own business. Everything will happen as it is. So this meeting and departing and everything is temporary only. So that is dissatisfaction guaranteed. 6th one and the last one, relative importance. Because anything in this creation only have relative importance. So the thing which is so dear to me at one time and some other time, well, it's okay. I say, I don't want it. Then you say you are living in Uttarkashi or somewhere. I mean, a very cold place. Say you need some warm clothes, but you don't have it. Because cold, windy there, Gangaji is there, so everything cold. So you protect yourself. It temporary, that warm clothes will give you warm. Body has to keep warm. That is what it is. That is what Sukham is. You want a shawl or you want a jacket, that gives you Sukham. That material you depend upon. Now the same clothes and same cap and everything you wear in April, May time frame. You are not. You just want to give it up. Why? Because too hot. So in southern states of India, warmer, like Chennai, very hot. Example is given. So this is relative importance to any object of this world. These 6 defects we have seen in every object, every relationship, every beings, and this cannot be avoided. This we have to know that there is 6 defects with this. It is we should know all this. AP, AT, cause dependency, dissatisfaction guaranteed, relative importance. The next one. Answer. This is self-immutable. Bhagavan is telling. We will chant. I hope you all have the book. So open the book, verse 20. 220. Najayate mriyate va kadachet Nayam bhutva bhavita vana bhuyah ajo nitya shashvatoyam purana nahanyate hanyamane sharire na jayate mriyate va kadachit nayam bhutva bhavita vana bhuyah na jayate, not born, mriyate, no dies. This na is for both jayate and mriyate. Kadajit, anytime. He says he is not born, nor does he ever die. Having been, he again ceases to be. So that one you have to understand clearly. Unborn, eternal, changeless. This we heard so many times. Atma is changeless, eternal, unborn, and no die. And he is not killed when body is killed. What Bhagavan says is from the paramarthic point of view. Because when you die, when we leave this body here, we say death for the body. Atma we know, intellectually we know, not really we know. The know, K-N-O-W, is two types. Like ego is two types. That's why Rajanji explained that. Why this time you should know what ego is, or everybody should be thorough, very clear. Ego has two meanings. The false ego, the ego which I want appreciation, awards, recognition, and everything. We know that it's bad. It can be brought to zero. The other one, ego, which Rajanji was telling, the I feeling, which has nothing to do with the good or bad. That I feeling has to go. It has to be continue. I am meditating. I am praying. I am praying to Bhagavan. I am doing bhajan to Bhagavan. That I is needed. Without that, how you will go? As a question. So that ego is separate. And the second ego, appreciation and other things, is negative things. We don't want it. Bring it to minimum as much as possible. Really, NOW is two ways. One is book knowledge. So, I have the book knowledge, but knowing in principle, that's supreme. That is the real knowing. That knowing is called realization. Meaning, real, R-E-A-L, I-sation. Realization. Understanding the real I is realization. So, na jayate mriyate va kachachit. Einstein's world of things and beings conditioned in time. Everything should be in a state of flux. Change meaning, Vedantic meaning of death, I told you, is change. Not death. There is no death at all. Death of the previous condition and birth of a new condition is called change. Morning changed, afternoon, noon came, noon changed, and the child yesterday died and today is born. Childhood has ended, youth has started. When the youth ends, no matter what, you like it or not, middle age comes. Middle age ends and the old age starts, which we really don't want, but we cannot avoid it. Exactly like this in Prakriti, in the nature also you can see. Bud dies to become a flower, flower dies to become a fruit, fruit dies and the seed emerges, seed perishes, brings new plants in the realm of time. The highest being not conditioned by time. Kadajit. Kadajit meaning anytime. Meaning that truth in me, which is a non-dying part. The dying part, I am worried because this body is going away. This body is functional and because of the Chaitanya in me. You have to, every moment, you have to understand that Chaitanya is working in me. That Chaitanya alone is my true nature. And Lord, I'm thankful to you. For how many things you will tell thanks? Everything from the day we were born till we were taken to the burial ground, everything is given to you. No, it came. I earned it. You say, I earned it. I who? That I is him only. With the highest Vedanta is that I is him only, Brahman. And in the realm of time, Nachiketa asked the same question to Yama in Kathopanishad. What is the secret of death? Yama, Lord Yama said, I have no birth and I have no death. It hurts, death of near and dear ones. The reason for identification, the sorrow is because I'll tell you why. The identification with the soul who is departed. That person who is departed, we feel sorry because we were so much loving him, caring him, looking after him, was part of our life. Bhutva, having come to existence. Abhavita, meaning no bhavita, meaning absence, meaning he is gone now. It will not happen. He came and now he is gone. That is not happening to Atma. Actually, he is Atma while living and while dead also. Having come to existence, he will die again. It doesn't happen. It's not possible. Death is not possible. That's what Krishna says. What birth? Not there. Not there. Yes, he is there. That is birth. Congratulations, father and mother of the baby. Where is death? It is there. He was there, then now he's gone. That is death. So silent everywhere. Both are not there for Atma. Like the previous verse, Enam Veti Hantaram, the person who kills A and B, is not knowing because he is killing, he is dying, is false notion that is not happening. All things are born in him and exist in him and dies in him. Waves, example of the waves, you can see so many places and so many sloka. These waves and the sea or gold and ornaments, mud and mud pots, this example will keep coming. Because Shankara time, only mud and mud pots existed. So he saw mud and if there was movies in Shankara time, there was no movies. In Shankara time, then he should have quote the movie example. Movies are running within so many seconds. If you move the frame within eyes, the eye will have a feeling that it is moving. That technology was developed and shown as movie. That's why film move so many frames of the film. If you take one film, it's only one pause like this, or the whatever it dance or somebody hitting somebody, whatever it is. Film is only one. That film, if you run before the eyes so many times, it will appear as it's a magic. It's actually a magic. How it happened? So he must have told the screen is ever same. Shankara must have told that example. Now example is different. The waves are born. Swami Chinmayananda told waves and the sea. Nayam bhutva pavita vanapuyana. The waves come and die. Again another wave come and die. So past, present, and future. Never changes. Ajo Nitya Shashvadoyam. Second line. Ajo Nitya Shashvadoyam Puranaha. Nitya, eternal. Shashvadaha, ever the same. No change. Purana. Puranaha, most ancient. Most ancient, even the time came from him. We don't know. We are in the realm of time and we forgot how to be out of time. We cannot, when we say that he is without time, we wonder how he is without time. आजकल तो हमारा तो everything is within time. Early morning we get up, you do prayer and meditation and the other thing. We go in the business, daily business, and then lunch time, and again evening in the dinner and sleep. Again, this is the routine, all within time. So actually there is a communication here between two people. What are the two people talking? Let us see. Two people talking. What is the earliest time? Somebody asked. The other guy says, earliest time, 1st century. He answered. The first guy says, what 1st century? I said earliest. That's right, 1st century. My dear friend, 1st century is 99 years. That is right. Oh, I see. You told 99 years. How can be 99 the first? Okay. So the other guy says, I'm sorry. I should have told 1st year. Okay. Agree? Okay. Happy? Now, 1st year. So the other guy says, A. Well, let's say A and B. A says, 1st year. What you're talking? After 99, first is for earlier time. My dear friend, 1 year is how many days? That is right. 365 days. 12 months. Yeah, I told 12 months. Yeah, you told 1 year. Okay, not 12 months. 1st month. Okay, your answer is over. You go. Wait. I have another thing. You told 1st month. Okay, agreed. But 1st month has 30 days. Yeah, that is right. 30 days. So what should be the answer? First one should be 1st day. Okay, agreed. Happy now? The other guy said, 1st day you said, I agree, but one thing, that 1st day has how many hours? 24 hours. I said 24. No, you didn't tell, but you said 1st day. Okay, 24 hours. Okay, then you take 1st hour. Go. 1st hour is the first time. How it can be 1st hour? It is 60 minutes. He came back. Yaar, tum jata nahi, you are not going. What happened to you? Again, you are coming back. 60 minutes. Okay, you be happy. 1st minute. Go. 1st minute, beginning of time. 1st minute. He came back. 1st minute, aapne bola? Yes. 1 minute is how many? 60 seconds. Oh, bhul gaya? Oh, that I know. Lekin abhi you told beginning. Abhi these two people talking. Very interesting talk. So first, okay. For 60 seconds में तो first होगा, will be 1st second. Yes, now happy. 1st second. What English is this? You are telling 1st, 2nd, 3rd. What is this? 1st second? ऐसा कोई English है क्या 1st second? Now what I mean to is, जो 60 second में 1st second is the time beginning. Understand? Okay, understood. The second can be divided. Do you know that? Well, how can be divided? I say काट के. Second can be divided like half a second. ऐसा भी हो सकता है. Somebody people say micro, mini. अरे बाप रे. But even if you divide, it will be second only. first time in counted in seconds. That is why it is called second, because he was first. That's why it is called second. Now you understood? Yeah, he was called first. He came first, and then time came. Then time has to be second. In the first step, no time. Every experience is measured. What is the earliest time is measured interval between events. That's what scientists say. Einstein's definition of time, you can read that. It is written, interval between two events is time. Objective scientists came to this conclusion. Our Rishi Munis also find out what is time. Their definition is interval between, not events, interval between two experiences. Interval between two experiences, or scientists say interval between two events, is time. Because time is a concept of the mind. You can see that in this world. When this class started, when? 12 baje? 12 o'clock. This class will end at 1 o'clock, 1:15. Oh, some people are thinking, by God, done with today's class. Who will say? Who is bored with the class? Who is enjoying the class? Hurry, 1 o'clock, it's already over. When the mind is conducive, time flies. When the mind is not, it's dragging, the time will go like snail, very slow pace. We are all adults, everybody here. You remember first night? Oh Lord, oh sun, let sun not rise. Today is my first night. You enjoy the moments. Does sun know that's for first night or your last night? Who don't know? Sun is akartaram, abhoktaram. It will rise in time. It will set in time. This time is a concept of the mind. When the mind is enjoying with the surroundings, if you are enjoying Vishaya, Bhoga, objects of this world, any objects, anywhere you enjoy, time will fly. Otherwise, time will drag. Whenever Monday morning in office, I think I told you this before in one of the meetings in Durga Temple, and I met. Monday, time is not going. Oh my God. Your mind is not tuned to the work. Similarly, so at 10:15, you looked at the clock again, you look at 10:30, 15 minutes only before you looked. Now you are looking 15 minutes, it has to be 10:30. It's not going, becoming 11. Because whenever the mind is not conducive, it will not run. It will go very slow. And in sleep, in deep sleep, you don't know what time you went to bed and what time you got up, because you merged into sleep. If you don't get sleep because of various conditions, worries, tensions, problems, issues, all this, you करवटें बदलते हैं. Idhar, udhar, udhar, udhar. It will happen. Or you take sleeping pills or something. Because your mind is not steady. A calm, steady mind will automatically glide into sleep. And these rishis have taken place anywhere. I told you it's experiences. And every time the unknown is to be indicated with the known. See, A, there are 2 points on the board. Between A and B, there are 5 inches. Okay, there are distance. A and B is there. Then A, what is the distance from A to A? What question is that? From A to B, you told 5 inches. From A to A, what question is this? A to A, there is no distance. How you know? How you know distance from A to B is 5 inches? From A, you put 1 point, then 1 inch, you measure, then 2 inch, then 3 inch, like that you go, right? From A to A, where you go? That is the first thought you know only after leaving A. From A to 1 inch. When you move the pencil to the next point, then there is distance. When the pencil is not moving, is putting only in only 1 point, there is no distance. Think about this. Anytime you don't move the pencil, no distance. When the time stands still, the first thought comes when you identify the second. Now, that is why the smallest unit of time is called second. Now the question is, what time in Paramatma? What time it was? It says, Puranaha, Ajo Nitya Shashwatoyam Puranaha. Na hanyate. Hanyamane Sharire. Shariram, Shiramane iti Shariram. That is the definition. This Sharira destroys, it will go into ashes. This will be put in a box, and along with the box, it will be pulled into that electric oven. And you are near, whoever is left in your family will press the button. We know the procedure, and that is the last thing they do. We will cry because that body, individual in that body has gone, departed. Because that vasanas to exhaust in that particular body is finished. And this body is not more conducive to exhaust. To exhaust the vasanas. This body is taken for what? We took the body to exhaust vasanas and to gather vasanas. So with karma, we do with the karma bhala, we enjoy in the next life, on the life after. So Puranaha, as is unborn, ajaha, ajo nitya shashwadoyam Puranaha. And they never said, Jesus, Allah, Krishna, Rama, we call all of them God. They never said they are God. Jesus said what? I am son of God. Allah said what? I am messenger. Of whom? Somebody. Krishna said what? I am consciousness. So there is God entity never claims. They can only talk to illiterate people, not educated people. That's what they think. Having this stated in the proposition that the self is neither an agent nor an object of action, Then slaying, having established argument. The argument is that he is killing, he is not the killing person and the slaying person both does not know. And also the Atma doesn't decay or die. Death is for the body, the immutable self. Lord Krishna is concluding this portion by telling next sloka, verse 21. Let's do that 21. Veda vinashinam nityam yayena majam avyayam katam sapurusha partha kam kadayadi hantikam. I'll tell one more time. Okay. Veda vinashinam nityam yayena majam avyayam katam sapurusha partha kam khadayadi hantikam. Veda meaning knows. Veda meaning that which to be known. Veda knows also meaning. Avinashinam. Vinasham meaning destruction. We know that. Avinasham meaning indestructible. Nityam. The same words keep coming in the previous words also. It came Nityam, Ajo Nitya, Shashadayam Purana. Nityam. Veda Vinashanam Nityam. Yayenam. Yaha. Who? Yenam, this self. Ajaha, Avyayam, inexhaustible. Katham, how? Arjuna is asking, how it's possible? Purusha Partha. Partha, how? How what? Whoever knows him to be indestructible, eternal, unborn, inexhaustible, how that man can slay? How he can even tell that he is the doer of killing? Oh Partha, how others to be slain? You tell me. Veda avinashanam nityam. Those who know not, intellectually not knowing, different I told you. No meaning to different understanding. Knowing with subjective knowledge and knowing book knowledge. That one. Who are the state of consciousness knowledge. Avinashanam, indestructible. Pure conscious within. Nityam. Ever ending. Yayena majjam avyayam. Immutable, permanent, changeless, nitya sarvagada stanu. It's katham sa purusha partha. How that person will know? I mean, how he can slay somebody? Kam khada yadi. Khada meaning killing. Hantikam. Bhagavan is telling Arjuna grieving is not justified here. Bhagavan is telling Arjuna every sloka, no grieving, no worry. But even then Arjuna worry because he has the body identification. We know why we worry. We know why is dukkham. We know what is solution for dukkham. What is solution for dukkham? Identify the self. That is coming in the evening class. Evening class is there. So 7 to 8. Dakshinamurti Stotram. We will talk about it later at the end of the class. Okay. And how will make the individual knower akarta abhokta. Akartaram abhoktaram. Nityam nirvikaraha. Sankaracharya explains general knowledge of Atma should be in that way. Excuse me. Aham Atma. I am Atma, not that I have Atma. We the spiritual people, those who travel, understand this Gita and little bit, they have a feeling that I have Atma. You know what? That Atma in you is indestructible. Not that way. I am Atma. Not that I have Atma. Some people don't understand word Atma. Word Atma also means the first person singular. In Uttama Purusha, the only Aparoksha Jnanam take place. Only when then you understand Dukkha Nivritti will go. All this Dukkha Nivritti is because of not understanding the self. And otherwise, if you say Sadhana Chadushtaya Sampanna Adhikari will get the knowledge. In that case, Purvapaksha says, oh, Purvapaksha, I thought I told you before in one of the slokas. Two imaginary characters. While explaining Vedanta philosophy, they appear like phantom, like ghost. No ghost nahi hai. This is one is Purvapaksha. We call in the class when we were teaching. Acharya used to say Purvapaksha. We used to say Purvapakshi, just for fun. But Purvapakshi or Purvapaksha doesn't matter. There is an individual who will ask question from other point. Meaning, in English we say devil's advocate. We say, no, I am not becoming a devil's advocate. What if this happens? Like that. Some person who is objecting because he is thinking from other point of person's view. That is Purvapaksha. And the guy who is fighting from our side, Vedanta, his name is Siddhanti. These two words you should know. Siddhanti and Purvapakshi. Or Purvapaksha, doesn't matter. These two people, they argue sometimes. Purvapakshi says, Sadhana Chadushtaya Sampanna Adhikari knows the true Brahman. In that case, nobody will realize Brahman. You blindly say. Siddhanti says, no. These two imaginary characters are with the writer, already within the writer. So he writes. Purvapakshi raise this question. Siddhanti answer this question. These two people are already in him. So when you write commentary of Bhagavad Gita or Kathopanishad or Sadashiva Upanishad or Brahma Sutra, all these two people come every time. They're imaginary characters. They are not really there. You understand this. So Shankaracharya says no, because Bhagavan will not say na jayate mriyate va katachit for Arjuna. In Chandogya Upanishad also Naradji Upadesha is there. Naradji is what the Upadesha? You are Bhuma. You are that reality. Ahameva astad, aham udaristad, aham pastat, aham purastad, aham dakshinada, aham uttaraha, aham isharvam, aham ishara. Everything. I am everything, Bhagavan says. Here also, Bhagavan says in another sloka, Arjuna, you are seeing not Krishna. I am always that supreme. You know that Krishna is not an individual. I asked you this question, I think the first or the second day in Durga temple, I remember asking you the question. What was the question? In Bhagavad Gita, 701 sloka, there is no Krishna Vacha. It's Bhagavan Vacha. And why Bhagavan Vacha? Why not Krishna Vacha? This is a question. I will not tell the answer now. Those who know the answer, you can keep it. Those who don't know the answer, they think on it. Why is the difference? I will tell you a small example. You will understand this question. Simple mathematics. I will tell. A is equal to B. Understood? Yeah. A is equal to B and B is equal to C. Another equation. Two equations. A equal to B. Understood? B equal to C. That also understood. So I can write A is equal to C. Yes or no? Yes. सोचने का क्या है अभी? This is not a big mathematics. Very easy. A is equal to B, B is equal to C. So therefore, I can write A is equal to C. So wherever C is, I can use A. Wherever A is, I can use C. Oh, आपस में intermingling हो सकते हैं. If Bhagavan is equal to Krishna, and if Krishna is equal to Bhagavan, wherever Krishna is, I can use Bhagavan. And wherever Bhagavan word is used, I can use Krishna. Yes, logically correct. But Antame Kadayashyami, this Krishna is addressed as Krishna by Arjuna in the sloka, but no sloka says Krishna Uvacha. Oh, I don't know why. It's all Bhagavan Uvacha. Throughout Bhagavad Gita, even though Krishna is talking, it is told Bhagavan Uvacha, not Krishna. Anyway, there is something left for you to think. You should have some homework, na? Homework nahi to kya hai? What is this? Huh? Anyway, so here he says, Ahameva Advayam. Parishij Raja Upadesha. If this verse is not working, this should have, after 7 days also, same condition will happen. Miserable. Shastra Upadesham, you are that supreme reality. There is no death happening to you. If this statement is correct, incorrect, say this statement is incorrect. Vijay Kumar ji, I'm educated, I'm PhD or a master's degree, this thing, that thing, but I do not agree with this. You have the right to disagree with this. If you disagree, all the stories in Puranas and Upadeshas and Vedas and Upanishads and Brahma Sutra, all this go waste. All Bhagavan's effort throughout Bhagavad Gita, 701 sloka will go waste. Those who study Vedanta, they also get this question. What they are thinking. लगता है मेरे को कभी नहीं मिलने वाला है. This realization तो बहुत ये क्या है, ये वेदांता समझ में नहीं आता है. Sometimes we feel that way because there is a disconnection between our understanding, our current understanding, and what the book says. What is this happen? I gave a talk in Maryland, Chinmay. Saturday, January 4th was Saturday. January 5th was Sunday. 4th and 5th, I gave a talk, all the 3 sessions. The talk was, why I am not getting this knowledge. That I am that. Tattvam Asi, you are that, is told by the teacher and the books and the Vedas. So many books, Vedanta books are there, but I am still miserable. I am still having dukkha. What are the reasons for me to act this way and the theory? And theory and what I am facing is too different. In this life also, in this class also, you must be thinking, Krishna is telling something which I don't understand. Why he is telling from Paramarthik point when Arjuna's one question is the only question. Kya question? Should I fight or not? वो simple question के लिए इतना ऊपर ये आत्मा, Paramatma, these 6 defects and dependencies and all this, why we ask that question? Because we are asking from our intellect. Whichever information we gathered, that comes to our intellect. We cannot get other intellect. So what is in me not understanding this? That was the topic was given. topic, because of parichinnatvam, because of malinatvam in my mind. How can I my mind make pure? Chitta Shuddhi. Ishwararpitam nechaya kritam chitta shodhakam mukti sadhanam. This is Ramana Maharshi's Upadesha Sara sloka. Ishwararpitam nechaya kritam chitta shodhakam. How to make mind purified. Do karma. The karma phala is your chitta shodhakam. When you do karma without I and I thought, selfless dedicated action will make you pure mind. That pure mind is enough to understand the Vedas. And that's why that is standing on my way in understanding the situation. It is totally different. And mama jnanam na utpadyate. People think that jnanam मेरे को नहीं होता, मेरे से तो कभी होगा ही नहीं, ऐसा फीलिंग है. ऐसा फीलिंग मत रखो. I am telling in between Hindi, sorry for those not speaking Hindi, but the thing what I'm telling is, don't have disheartened. Have courageous state of mind from the beginning, calm mind. Do your sadhana nityam. Do not deviate from your sadhana. Now it is, I have the lockdown situation, COVID-19, COVID 2021, pata nahi kya hai, virus attack. How I am Eka Atma. COVID-19 has nothing to do with Atma. All these questions came in Panchadashi, also good book to read, 7th chapter. That questions will facilitate our buddhi, that we don't know what is the practical, what is impractical. I will never get realization, this dejected feeling. No one attends realization. Kabhi to hoga nahi. A path of knowledge is useless. Good for nothing. Acha hai, Ram Naam karo, bhajan karo, bas. That is good, easy. That is why majority of the people are Bhakti Marga, Bhakti oriented. There are Jnana Margis also doing Bhakti Marga because they find it reveling, they find it peace of mind when they sing bhajans. The idea go into their vein, their ideas are resolved through these slokas. These slokas of Bhagavad Gita gives energy to a person who is wandering in the desert with no help. Like Shastra say, you go, you do, what do you call that, Agnihotra, karma, and all this Purva Mimamsa, what knowledge will produce? It produces knowledge that there is dharma. Means punya baba. Vijnanam, I am different from the body. I am jiva. One day I will drop this body and I will go somewhere. I'll get some punya papa results for my actions. And it's a different world. This is the concept. This concept had to go away. That's what Krishna says. You are not the body. Take it granted from me, Arjuna. You are grieving because of her body identification. You will naturally have this identification when you do karma, not get identified with the body. Because you are doing the karma, you are become karana, you are becoming an instrument in Bhagwan's hand. I am doing because he told me. Everything is in this world. Take it granted from me. Everything is in this world is his will. You are attending this class because his will. Otherwise, you will not attend this class. Yes, something will come. Suddenly something happened. Then immediately email to Sunil ji or Vijay Kumar ji. Sorry, we could not attend the class. Suddenly something came up. Cannot avoid. Whose call? He decided not to listen. Even now, you had so many other things to do. You preferred this class, yes or no? Why? His call. He came to your buddhi as a vritti. Vritti meaning thought. The thought to attend, to dial in, and to take notes. I forgot to tell you should have taken and take notes. Is his call. He comes as everything, even after finishing this class. When you finish the class, yes, we will finish this few minutes. Just wait. Few minutes, this will be over, and then you will be free. Then what you do is also his call. How it is his call? It is my decision. I think whether to have lunch or to go somewhere to lay down or nap or read something or watch TV, my favorite. Whatever you do, he is coming into your buddhi as a vritti, and that being carried out, the karmendriyas, your organs of action, will follow that. To the mind it is given. There is a procedure through the mind. It will given to the body of action, and then you do that. And you say, I did that. Nothing. Never. With that, we will conclude. It is 15. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you were listening and you enjoyed. We'll do concluding mantra. In the concluding mantra, I want all of you to participate and think that it is a meditation. Close your eyes and we'll chant the mantra. If you don't know the mantra, open your eyes and look at the book. But while chanting, you visualize that God, Bhagavan, who is in every jiva, including me. And to that Bhagavan, I do namaskaram and thanks to Bhagavan. Because of him, I was able to listen to this lecture. Thank you. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhad bhavet, asato ma sadgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namah. Harihi Om. Hari Om, and thank you very much, everybody. Everybody can unmute their mic, and there is some announcements. Sunilji, please. Over to Sunilji. Hari Om.
Vijayji, if there are any questions, you might want to.
Oh yeah.
Vijayji, namaskar. This is Sampath.
I know.
Yes, I have one question. So on the second type of ego, what you mentioned, like when I'm alone, if I feel thirsty, I'm hungry. I'm not getting that part, because should we say that this body is thirsty, this body is hungry? How do we isolate that I part there?
Very good question. Many people have doubt on the second ego. First ego, there was no doubt. Very clear. Ego number 2, Ego number 1 is the issue. Issue is, I told thirsty and hunger and tired, I feel, only to give an example that I inside who feels, that I is ego number 1. That's I wanted to say. If you don't give example, people don't understand. I have to get up and go to fridge and take water. If you say like that, then you will understand you are doing something. That I, and I also told you are alone at home. Remember that?
Yes.
Nobody in the home, you are alone. That I alone, I, when you have feeling, that feeling of I is called ego, number 1. And nothing to do with eating or drinking or
Okay.
that is additional example.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, very much. Any other questions? There is some announcements, Sunilji. July 11th, Durga Temple is opening. So those who plan to come that day, please respond. I want to know how many people come. Then only I come for 2-3 people. It's not worth it. So just give me or inform Sunilji. That's kind.
Guys, yeah, don't have to make up your mind right now. You can wait for a couple of weeks or at least a week, and then decide, see what the situation is, and then let Vijayji know in the group or individually, please. And there will be no class on July 4th.
Oh, July 4th, no class.
Yeah.
It's a good news, happy news.
Small correction, Vijayji, Durga Temple is already open for darshan. We are planning to
very
see if we have we can have classes at temple from July 11th.
Oh, yes. Yes. Thank you, Shardaji.
If you still have class at the temple, will you also still be doing it simultaneously online?
Actually, no, either one, either or.
Oh, okay.
Either physically or it may be that even after July 11th, this will continue online based on number of people taking part. That is the prime issue. I think Sunilji has some recording. Suppose we are meeting physically, like in the old time, like we met in the temple, physically there's class going on. Sunilji has some idea how to transmit this or record this. I don't know that part.